A very good morning to everybody. Welcome back to your live virtual classes, Paper 1 Accountancy Foundation. And we are in Company Accounts, the chapter number 11. Unit number 2, we completed the last class. Okay. Un dono classes mein what has happened is we have seen issue of shares for cash, issue of shares for consideration other than cash. Do two things we have handled, and in issue for shares for consideration other than cash, very simple. It is just you have to pass only two entries. Okay, when you purchase an asset, you will give in return. If you don't have money, you can always allot them the shares. So for which we did asset account debit to the creditor or the vendor account to share capital. That's all. When you come to issue of shares for cash, there were different adjustments we have seen. Right, we have started from the types of capital, then reserve capital, capital reserve we have discussed. And after that, what is a subscription? So normal subscription, under subscription, and over subscription. In the case of under subscription, minimum subscription condition. In the case of over subscription, then the entries may three entries you have to touch and make the adjustments there. And apart from that, you can issue the shares at premium, more than the face value. Less than the face value discount, you cannot issue. For shares, you can only do that in case of sweat equity shares. Okay. But here, when you're going to see the actual questions, the shares or equity shares can be issued at the nominal value or at a value more than the nominal value or the face value. This is called as premium. And I told you this should be separately shown under the head securities premium, that will be shown in the reserves and surplus. And that is different. It is a capital profit. So don't combine with the share capital. And then we spoke about the concept of calls in arrears, calls in advance. In case of calls in arrears, in which entry it will come? Bank entry, debit side, it is a loss. Calls in advance, it will come in the bank entry, that's your receipt entry. On the credit side, when that actual call is made, when you collect the money, and when the respective calls are made, you should again take it to the debit side and close the calls in advance account. You are not supposed to keep it open because they have already paid in advance. You have made the calls over. Close the calls in advance. And interest on calls in arrears, interest on calls in advance is given as per the table F, 10%, 12%. And accordingly, there are two entries that you have to pass. That also we have learned. Then we came to forfeiture. Forfeiture means if a person or a shareholder is consistently not paying the money, defaulting in the payment of that particular calls, then what you can do, take the shares back from him and reissue to another person. The process of taking back is nothing but cancellation. Cancellation is called forfeiting. That is why forfeiture concept. One single entry for forfeiture, one single entry for reissue. Forfeiture में share capital account debit to shares forfeited to calls in arrears. Here, instead of mentioning calls in arrears, you can mention the respective call name itself, like first call, share allotment, second call, like that. But in most of the presentations or in general thing also, you can take call scenarios, combine all the values and put it in the call scenarios thing, and you can start writing there in one particular transaction. What is shares forfeited, which is credited? The amount that he has already paid. Now, once I take back my shares, I can always have the liberty, I have the rights and liberty to reissue to another person. When you reissue for the second time to another person, you will do it generally at a discount, because face value jo kuch bhi hai, once already you have issued, but that person did not give money, you took back, you're issuing it for the second time. So reissue may usually it will go at a lesser value. So this lesser one, discount, or you can call that as loss, is due to because of the first person who has defaulted. So now I cannot ask the first shareholder because already no money is there with him. So what I will do, that particular loss, I will take it from the share forfeited account, which he has already paid. And the remaining part, whatever is there with me, I have to transfer it to the capital reserve. So the last entry is very important, which is shares forfeited to capital reserve. So in this, there were variants. So मैंने बोला कि एक ही type का problem नहीं है. There will be 2 to 3 types of problems. The first thing is, in forfeiture share capital account, when you debit, you should debit with face value or called up value, whichever is less. Call नहीं किया है final call, but in between forfeiture they are doing, then okay. Take the called up value. If they have made all the calls, 10 rupees का 10 rupees call up किया है, over. Take 10. 10 rupees ka face value, only 8 rupees called up, take 8 rupees. That was the first variant I taught you. Then I told you, securities premium jab question mein originally issue hota hai, and you should check while you're passing the forfeiture entry, kya is defaulting shareholder ne securities premium ka installment pay kiya hai ya nahi kiya. Pay kiya hai, chhod do. Pay nahi kiya hai, that also you have to debit. So securities premium, if it is not paid, it has to be debited in the forfeiture entry as well. There are few questions, illustrations which we saw. Ek shareholder, he has paid one shareholder he has not paid the premium. तो इन दोनों का अलग अलग forfeiture entries we have passed for you people to understand that एक ही क्वेश्चन में जब securities premium is there, condition is important. Securities premium है से you should not immediately debit the securities premium. What you should check whether the person has paid the securities premium or not. तब वो पे नहीं किया तभी आप वो securities premium को debit करना है in your entry. That is very important. Now reissue का reissue very easy single entry. यहाँ पे again there not be application allotment इस तरह का installments नहीं होता है सीधा एक ही entry bank account debit to share capital. Loss आने से shares forfeited will get debited. And the last entry I told you, you are going to subtract share forfeited कुछ amount मिला है, कुछ amount loss के लिए लिया है, और फिर जो कुछ भी है कंपनी के पास वो सब becomes directly profit for them. So profits have to be transferred into capital reserve because it's a capital profit. एक ही बार आता है, बार बार it's not revenue in nature. So you don't forfeit your shares all the time and then keep reissuing. No, that's not a good practice. That's not how it happens also. Okay. So then this amount to be transferred to capital reserve. वहाँ एक one more concept we introduced and we studied was when share forfeited number of shares are 100, reissued 100, directly subtract and take the value. Forfeited shares are 100, reissued only 50. Then you should go to a working note because shares forfeited में जो कुछ भी total money है वो you cannot directly take it because partially only reissue has happened. तो जिसके और how many shares का reissue हुआ है उसके ही loss आपको subtract करके profit में book करना है. Remaining 50 shares which is not reissued that will still sit in your shares forfeited account. And like last class, at the end, we also thought that this particular journal one presentation may journals will also be there. And with that, extract of balance sheet will be asked. So extract of balance sheet when they are asking you, very simple. It will come in a statement format. First will be equity and liabilities. Under that, you will be having share capital. So share capital ka equity shares itna hai, preference shares itna hai, reserves and surplus will come in that. If you have any debentures given to you, वो long term borrowings में आएगा. And on the asset side, after posting this, asset side should match, no? So सब कुछ cash and cash equivalents में it will come. So whatever shares you are issuing for cash, वहाँ cash and cash equivalents में आएगा. If you are issuing shares for consideration other than cash, वहाँ तब वो shares आएगा. यहाँ पे assets में cash will not come to you, but asset will come to you. उस asset का आप वहाँ पे लिखना है land and building, plant and machinery, furniture, whatever it is, उसका value वहाँ पे लिखना है. So whatever extracts you are mentioning, if you are putting liabilities and asset side, both have to balance. Okay. So one thing is the point is no, because you people are not there directly in the Zoom classes. So I do understand you're not able to ask your doubts immediately. When you have a doubt, concentrating on the next concept becomes a little difficult. But don't worry, the YouTube classes, you when you watch more than one time, no, that will be actually a benefit to you or to all of you. So I would request all of you wherever you are going to have doubts or facing few particular difficulties, rewatch the session so you will be able to understand. And it is almost simplified manner that I am teaching. And the point is also, I want to cover as many as illustrations possible so that you people will be able to practice it again and again. Okay, when I started the class in 2020, this is what happened. I used to go a little fast. Okay, they used to put me on 0.5 times watch speed and they used to watch it on YouTube. But trust me, why I'm going this particular thing is one is the time constraint, and second is I want you people to understand and not leave out any illustrations which is given in the textbook. That is very important. Okay. Okay. Very good. So now let us come back to today's topic of bonus and rights issue. Okay. So when you talk about the Companies Act, section 62, section 63, this talks about rights issue and this talks about bonus issue. So first always for rights issue will do it second, bonus issue will do it first. So what is bonus issue? So bonus issue is nothing when a company has excess of profits. Okay, वो कहाँ पे classify होता है? Reserves and surplus पे हम लेके उसको classify करते हैं. We will show all the profits under different heads will sit in the reserves and surplus. When a company has more reserves and surplus, okay, and in order to make it normal and bring it to a normal level, उतना reserves and surplus है से unwanted attraction, unwanted concentration will fall on the company. So let me clean up my balance sheet a little bit. So cleaning का मतलब क्या है? जो कुछ भी उतना reserves है, उसको I will reduce. Okay. So where will I take this and go? Take it to the share capital. So it is nothing but जो कुछ भी reserves company के पास है, उसको मैं capital में convert कर रही हूँ. That means what? So you mean to say shareholders are already there. उसका तो कुछ shares है. They have given cash and they've invested in the company. Shares उसको मिला है. But अभी इस particular process से जब आप reserves को convert कर रहे हैं share capital में, then what will happen? Should they give money? No. So bonus shares or the bonus issue means issue of additional shares to the shareholders free of cost. उसको कुछ पे करना नहीं पड़ रहा है, but they are getting shares for them. तो क्यों ऐसा कर रहा है कंपनी? कंपनी के पास बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉफिट्स है. द कंपनी ऑलरेडी हैज सो मेनी रिजर्व्स. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कन्वर्टिंग दोस रिजर्व्स इनटू कैपिटल टू अवॉइड द अनवांटेड अटेंशन फ्रॉम ऑल द अथॉरिटीज. Okay. So bonus issue is also called as capitalization of reserves or capitalization of profits. इसको हम capitalization of reserves यानी capitalization of profits बोलते हैं. Or it is also called as the scrip issue. These are all the other names for the bonus shares. But what is the meaning of a bonus share or bonus issue? It is issue of shares to the existing meaning very important. So if you are a new shareholder, you are not a part of an existing person, you are not an old shareholder, then you will not get bonus just like that. If you are a new shareholder, you will not get. If you are only an old shareholder, already you have subscribed to the shares, then you will be getting this bonus issue at zero cost. That is basically company out of the profits, it wants to give you the shares. So the net effect, if you ask me, in your balance sheet liability side, from one head of reserves and surplus, amount gets reduced and it gets added with your share capital. That's all. As simple as that. So, madam, what are the entries that are involved? So, reserves and surplus, you are telling generalized, but what are the accounts in reserves and surplus which we should take for the bonus shares? This is a good question. So, there are many accounts. For example, there is securities premium, correct? There is general reserve, and the current year ka profit when you transfer P&L account is there. There is something else called as the revaluation reserve. There is something else called as the capital redemption reserve. So you have to talk about all these particular individual accounts which form a part of reserves and surplus, and which accounts should be taken and it has to be applied for issuing bonus shares. So what are the different accounts that we have? Securities premium, you have general reserve, you have capital reserve, profit and loss account, revaluation reserve, and then you have capital redemption reserve. In Sabi, all these accounts will be given to me in the question. So, madam, which one you want me to take first? My dear students, you all know and we have all studied as per section 52 of the Companies Act. It talks about securities premium. Securities premium can be used for 5 different purposes. वो कौन सा 5 different purposes also we have seen. In that, the first one was for issuing fully paid bonus shares. So, I can take securities premium. Okay, madam, I can touch this. Next, come to general reserve. General reserve is a normal reserve created out of your profits, and it is available for any purposes that is declared by the board and which the company authorizes for. Yes, madam, general reserve also I can touch for issuing the fully paid bonuses. How about a capital reserve? Capital reserve is created for a specific purpose of the capital profits. Correct? Now, this capital reserve directly cannot be used, but it will indirectly be used to create some other reserve. Okay. But technically, for the issue of fully paid bonuses, you're not considering the capital reserve. P&L account current year profits say yes, whatever current year profits after payment of everything, repayment of the dividend and everything you give, whatever is retained by the company, that I will consider. Now come to revaluation reserve. What is revaluation reserve? Revaluation reserve का मतलब है when there are assets in your company, you have purchased them, let us say 5 years back. Now, as of this date, you want to understand what is the actual market value or the replaceable value, let us say. So you want to value the asset again. तो उस exercise को हम revaluation बोलते हैं. 5 years back when I purchased, the asset costed 10 lakh rupees. Now after 5 years, if I want to purchase the similar kind of an asset, I have to incur 12 lakh rupees. तो ये वाला asset का value is increased. Correct? Because that asset became popular and everybody is demanding. That is why उसका price बढ़ गया. 2 lakh rupees, which is the actual profit or the increase in the asset, क्या आपने उसको realize किया है? No. But why did you want to do the exercise? To understand whether the value of the machinery which you have purchased is more or less as per the market conditions today. तो आपने रिवैल्यूएशन एक्सरसाइज जो कुछ भी किया है वो अनरियलाइज्ड प्रॉफिट के तरह है. So when the asset increases or when the value of the asset increases, then what will you do? Asset का value you will increase equivalently. On the liability side आप create करते हो revaluation reserve. तो revaluation reserves meaning is no actual profits are realized, only based on the revaluation of the assets or the liabilities of the company. If there is any profit or increase in assets or decrease in liabilities, आप जो कुछ भी उस value के लिए reserve को create करते हो, that is called as revaluation reserve. Now if you ask me whether reserve can I touch, of course, you cannot touch because it does not have any real profits or real money in that, no. So you are not going to touch this. Now, capital redemption reserve. Yes. Capital redemption reserve, हम जब preference shares के redemption के बारे में we will be going through. If you have or if you are a company who has issued the preference shares and you want to redeem it, preference shares आप जब भी issue करते हो उसको certain time के बाद you are supposed to repay back that particular preference share capital to the shareholders. तो उस time के बाद like during the period 5 years के बाद आप repay करना है. तो first year के end से ही out of the profits in order to protect the investors, SEBI has told create a capital redemption reserve. इसका मीनिंग है आपके पास 5 साल है. You have 5 more years for the time of repayment. Every year out of your profits, create an amount or create a reserve and keep it separately. So that at the end of the 5th year, आप जब repay करना है, आपके पास पैसे नहीं है, तो you can take and comfortably use the reserve. But usually companies के पास a CRR, it is a mandate and it is a compulsory rule. So they create the reserve. But the company can have cash balance also. Most of the cases, it will have cash balance and it will repay back from that. Okay. The reserve which you have created will remain in the books as it is. So since it is created for the purpose of repayment of the preference shares, अभी तो preference shares का पूरा repayment हो गया है. So this reserve can be used for the issue of the bonus shares. So if in your exam, the next doubt that will come is, okay, madam, out of these, you told me which to use, which not to use. Okay. Madam, priority कैसा fix करना है? So which will come first, which will come next? I have everything given, madam. So कैसे मैं ले सकता हूँ? So the first preference will always be there for capital redemption reserve. If it is given in the question, blindly take that as first. Then if your amount is not enough, go to the securities premium next. Then touch your general reserve and then your P&L. What is the entry that I have to pass? I'm using short forms, but in your entry, in your exam, in your presentation, now also when you do, please write the full forms. Okay. The first one is capital redemption reserve. The next is securities premium account. I'm just writing the order. Then is your general reserve account. And then is your P&L account debit to bonus to equity shareholders. Why are you writing equity shareholders? Because bonus can be issued only for equity shares, not for preference shares, because they are the owners of the company. Okay, because they are the owners of the company. And the next one is bonus to equity shareholders account debit to share capital. These are the two entries. Along with narrations, you should write. ये जब bonus is being declared and यहाँ पे when the shares are allotted. So if you combine both, these two will go. So the profits are converted into share capital. That's why we call it as capitalization of profits. That's why we call it as capitalization of profits. ये है accounting entry. This is the concept you have learned. The madam, how do I solve the question? Very, very easy. The first step or the prerequisite here is they should give you a ratio. Okay, madam, question में दिया है 2:3. How do we understand which ratio is what? इसमें कौन सा number? What is the meaning? Now, if you say for every 3 shares held, you get 2 shares. That is very, very important. When I say 2:3, the second number is denoting the existing shares you hold, and the first number denotes the bonus shares. That means आप अगर कंपनी में एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर होल्डर हो, ओके, एंड एग्जिस्टिंग की वजह से आप 3 शेयर्स कंपनी में होल्ड कर रहे हो, you will be given 2 shares as bonus. For example, you are a person who is holding 3,000 shares in the company. कितना shares आप hold कर रहे हो? 3,000 shares. तो question can come, compute the bonus shares. So bonus shares को compute करने के लिए अभी इस ratio को यहाँ पे कैसे अप्लाई करते हैं? It will be 3,000 shares into, okay, 3,000 shares into 2 divided by 3. Why are you doing this, ma'am? Because if I hold 3 shares, I will get 2 shares. So 3,000 shares I am holding. How many shares will I get? It is the simple math. 2:3. Already I am holding 3,000 shares. How much will I get? So it will be 3,000 into 2 divided by 3. The same thing which we used for the shares computation of the capital reserve. Same thing you're using here also. So whenever you get the ratio, please remember the first number always denotes the number of bonus shares or number of rights issue. Whatever it is going to denote that way. The second number shows you the existing shares. Already you are holding this shares, so you will be given this shares. That is the meaning. How you will apply in a question, this is how you will apply it in a question. Clear? That is all about section 63 bonus issue. What are the accounts that will be used? What is the entries you will pass? How you will calculate this particular value? And here you will get the answer 2000 shares. Always remember 2000 shares into face value. Madam, bonus issue can be done at premium. Already you are taking the profits. It will be done at the face value. That need not be mentioned anywhere in the question. You should understand concept, logic, foundation wise what it is. Bonus shares are additional shares I'm giving to the shareholders. I will give it only at the current face value. Why will I give it at the premium? Okay. So ये वाला बात you should understand. So after getting the number of shares, multiply it with the face value. So 20,000 rupees you need the profit. आपको question में जाके देखना है कौन कौन सा accounts दिया है उसमें से what you can take and first priority के हिसाब से you should see 20,000 को किस account से लेना है. That is the majority part. One of the most simplest and easiest, but there are few conditions attached. A company वैसा ही it cannot take a decision and do the bonus issue by itself. First of all, articles of association should have the clause. Articles of association क्या होता है? In a company, there are two important documents, which is Memorandum of Association (MOA) and AOA, Articles of Association. Memorandum of Association होता है full entire outline, that is the framework. जहाँ कैपिटल क्लॉज ऑब्जेक्ट क्लॉज क्या करता है ये सब इन डिटेल्ड और इन अ मैक्रो लेवल उसको हम वहां पे मेंशन करते हैं. आर्टिकल्स ऑफ एसोसिएशंस होता है जैसा हम जैसे उसको फॉलो करते हैं टू अचीव वॉट एवर आई हैव रिटन इन एमओए. आई नीड द प्रोसीजर, आई नीड द मेथड, आई नीड टू टेल देम what are the steps I am going to take. उसको हम मेंशन करते हैं ए वो ये आर्टिकल्स ऑफ एसोसिएशन पे. इस आर्टिकल्स ऑफ एसोसिएशन पे बोनस इश्यू करने के लिए कंपनी कुछ क्लॉज शुड हैव बीन मेंशन्ड ऑलरेडी. ओके, मेंशन करने के बाद बोर्ड में इन द बोर्ड मीटिंग दे हैव टू पास अ रेजोल्यूशन. ओके, अब हम बोनस शेयर्स को डिक्लेयर करने के लिए तैयार है, ऐसे करेंगे. So that decision should be taken by the board. But SEBI again comes into the picture and it says just because you have profits, you cannot immediately issue bonus shares. आपने कुछ डिफॉल्ट किया है बैंक से, फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन से, यानी डिबेंचर्स लेके इंटरेस्ट और पेमेंट ऑफ प्रिंसिपल में कुछ डिफॉल्ट किया है, देन यू कैन नॉट गो. कुछ भी प्रॉफिट्स है फर्स्ट उसके लिए यूटिलाइज करो. The company says, no, 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 I have taken bank loans, मेरे पास debentures है, उसके interest and principal का payment, yes, I am doing, default नहीं है. Okay, chalo, then do the bonus issue. The next thing comes statutory का compliance with respect to the employees, उसका PF, उसका gratuity, उसका ESI, ये सभी आपने नहीं भरा है, you have not paid all of that. There is a statutory compliance का deficiency है, default है, then use the profits first towards that. Don't immediately issue the bonus shares. But the company says, no, no, I have issued, I have paid all the dues. There is nothing default. Then it can go ahead with bonus issue. And the most important condition is when the bonus shares, I told you, when the bonus shares will be issued, it will be issued for equity shares. So, wo equity shares, whether they are fully paid up or not, I was using the word continuously for issuing fully paid bonus shares. इसका meaning है if originally equity shares का final call यानी कुछ calls नहीं हुआ है, I cannot go for bonus. First, I have to make that completely fully called up. Then only I have to issue the bonus shares. तो ये prerequisite condition mandatory है. जो कुछ भी इक्विटी शेयर्स पार्टली पेड अप और पार्टली कॉल्ड अप है उसके साथ हम बोनस नहीं कर सकते हैं. तो फर्स्ट आपको फाइनल एंट्री का पास करना है. फाइनल एंट्री का जर्नल यू हैव टू पास. उसके बाद ही यू कैन गो एंड पास दीज टू एंट्रीज. ओके, व्हाट इज द फाइनल कॉल एंट्री विच वी हैव सीन नाउ इन द इक्विटी? दैट इज वे मैंने यूनिट टू यूनिट 4 को देर इज कंटिन्यूएशन एंड देर इज रिलेशन, सो आई वांटेड टू डू इट टुगेदर. तो व्हाट इज द फाइनल कॉल का एंट्री? फर्स्ट विल बी द ट्रांसफर एंट्री, शेयर फाइनल कॉल अकाउंट डेबिट टू शेयर कैपिटल, देन बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू शेयर फाइनल कॉल. यहाँ कॉल सिनेरियोस कुछ आएगा, ओनली फाइनल कॉल, दीज टू एंट्रीज, एंड आफ्टर दैट बोनस आप वर्किंग नोट में जाके इस स्टेप्स के तरह स्टेप 1 रेशियो नंबर ऑफ बोनस शेयर्स, स्टेप 2 अमाउंट ऑफ बोनस शेयर्स कितना है मल्टीप्लाइड विद द फेस वैल्यू, इन दोनों स्टेप करने के बाद यू आर सपोज टू पास दीज एंट्रीज. वेरी इजी एक्चुअली. ओके, सो आई वॉन्ट यू पीपल टू अंडरस्टैंड द कंडीशंस. कंडीशन समझ में आया है? AOA should authorize it. Board in its own meeting should pass a resolution telling that we will be declaring the bonus. But if the company has defaulted in the payment of interest or principal on any of the borrowings taken, it cannot go. It should also not default on the statutory payments with respect to the employees का कुछ payments बाकी है, उसको payment करने के बाद ही it can go ahead and issue the bonus shares and fully paid bonus shares. फाइनल कॉल नहीं किया है, कॉल करना ही पड़ेगा. With this particular thing, I will be going ahead. Just give me a moment. Please open your unit number 4. All of you, unit number 4, bonus and rights issue. And we will be looking at your illustration number 1. I want you people to pass this particular illustration. Very easy. I've given you all the entries. The following items are appearing in the trial balance of Bharat Limited, which is a listed company. 40,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, 4 lakh. Capital redemption reserve good. Securities premium, ये क्या मैडम? Collected in cash दिया है, कुछ भी नहीं है. Collected in cash is nothing but you can use that securities premium. Collected in cash का मतलब है you have received it from the people. That is the meaning. General reserve है आपके पास, P&L भी है. So all the 4 accounts are given to you. अभी देखो, the company decides to issue to the equity shareholders bonus shares at the rate of 1 share for every 4 shares held. What are the total number of shares, ma? 40,000. So 40,000 shares, 1:4 ratio is nothing but into 1/4. यहाँ पे मैंने दिखाया है आपको 2:3, 2/3 बन जाता है, 1:4, 1/4 बन जाता है. 40,000 into 1/4 is 10,000 shares. I am going to give it as bonus issue. And उसका face value into 10 rupees. So 1 lakh rupees मेरे को चाहिए. Okay, ये working note में step 1, step 2 you will write it. And then, madam, where will I take 1 lakh from? I told you first touch the capital redemption reserve. Okay, 55,000 comes from there. Still बाकी 1 lakh minus 55,000 gives you 45,000. 45,000 के लिए next I will touch the securities premium. This is the number 2 prioritization I have given. Okay, good. Now after that also I need 15,000. I will go to the general reserve and then take it. I want you people to pass the 2 entries. These are the entries. Please pass it. 2 minutes I will give you. This is the question. Then I want you to go ahead and see the illustration number 2. Have you passed the entries? So please see here 55,000 from capital redemption reserve, securities premium fully exhaust हो गया है और जनरल रिजर्व से बैलेंसिंग फिगर लिया है एंड बोनस टू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल दिस इज ओवर. तो यहाँ पे देखो नंबर ऑफ बोनस शेयर्स कैसे किया है एंड वैल्यू ऑफ द बोनस शेयर्स. सो वॉट एवर आई टोल्ड यू स्टेप 1 एंड स्टेप 2 ओनली दे आर मेंटेनिंग हियर. Okay. Now let us go ahead with the illustration number 2. First one है a limited company, a limited company with a subscribed capital of 5 lakh rupees consisting of 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, called up 7.5 per share. Okay. A bonus of 1,25,000 declared out of general reserve to be applied in making the existing shares fully paid. Okay, so iska meaning hai bonus utna they themselves have declared and given you the value of the 1,25,000 rupees is the amount that they have given. So this will be taken out of the general reserve, वो भी उसने ही mention किया है. तो अभी देखो, the first one is general reserve account to bonus shares to the bonus shareholders and बोनस शेयर होल्डर्स टू द शेयर फाइनल कॉल. तो मैडम यहाँ पे क्यों ऐसा आ रहा है? दे हैव टोल्ड bonus shares are declared to the extent of 1,25,000 to be making the existing shares fully paid up. इसका meaning है, what is the final call value ma? 50,000 shares into 2.5 rupees, that is 10 minus 7.5. 2.5 rupees is the value, correct? So 50,000 into 2.5 rupees is 1,25,000. Okay, madam. Now 1,25,000, are you asking from the public? No. They have taken a decision, instead of asking from the money from the shareholders, मैं इसको मेरा जनरल रिजर्व से I will make it fully paid is what they are doing. The company can also do that. Okay. If it wants to additionally issue bonus shares, उस टाइम पे फाइनल कॉल होना है. But if it wants to first फाइनल कॉल को ही बोनस इश्यू देना है, that also can be done. तो यहाँ पे फाइनल कॉल अमाउंट 1,25,000 is given directly by the company from the profits. Okay. तो इसके लिए थोड़ा सा difference what will come is, usually we will write general reserve to bonus to equity shareholders to share capital. But यहाँ पे since share to share final call to equity share capital, we write the transfer entry. No, in the receipt entry यहाँ पे amount you are not getting, but bonus to shareholders is what you are transferring. That's all. Now, a limited company has fully paid up capital of 50 lakhs consisting of 10 rupees each, that is 5 lakh shares. Okay. It has a general reserve of 9 lakh. It was resolved that 5 lakh out of general reserve will be capitalized by issuing 50,000 fully paid bonus shares. So, getting one such share for every 10 shares held. It itself is given to you 5 lakh rupees. Please take it and directly write it general to bonus shareholders to equity shareholders. Now, this is a full-fledged question. Illustration 3, illustration 4 are the important illustrations in the for the bonus shares. तो मैडम एग्जाम में क्या आ सकता है? This can come for a 5-mark question. Very simple. Working notes is important, and then you have to pass the journal entries. Extract of balance sheet also they might ask you here. Okay, I will show you how to do that. First, I want you people to understand what is the question. Following notes pertain to balance sheet of Solid Limited as of 31st March 2022. Okay, authorized capital is given to you, preference shares ka, equity shares ka, but you should be careful to apply the ratios only on equity shares. And that you madam authorized bhi diya hai, issued and subscribed bhi diya hai. Please take issued and subscribed. Okay. In that, how many equity shares are there, ma? 90,000 equity shares of 10 rupees each, 8 rupees paid up. That means please make the final call. 2 rupees on 90,000 shares. So 1,80,000 rupees, you have to pass the entry. Equity share final call to equity share capital 1,80,000, 1,80,000. Equity bank account debit to equity share final call 1,80,000, 1,80,000. तब आप उसको फुली पेड करते हो, फुली कॉल्ड अप होता है, देन ओनली यू कैन गो अहेड. तो यहाँ पे जनरल रिजर्व इज देयर, revaluation reserve is there, securities premium is there, P&L account. तो यहाँ पे capital redemption reserve is not there. When it is not there, then what to do? Don't worry. If the first one is not there, go from the second one. Securities premium is there. Yes. Collected in cash. Yes, please take it. Then you have general reserve 1,60,000. Usko you have to take. P&L account also you can take if amount is not sufficient. Madam, what about revaluation reserve? Now, you tell me out of the concept, is revaluation reserve or that profits directly available to you? No. So, in the note, you are going to mention revaluation reserve is not taken for the purpose of issue of fully paid bonus shares as per the rules mentioned in the section 63 of the Companies Act. That's all. Madam, what about debentures, madam? Simply that is given to you. You don't have to do anything. I want you people to very, very quickly, along with me, pass the entries. Okay, the first entry will be, all of you please see, the first entry will be, I told you, share final call account debit to share capital and bonus to equity shareholders to, no, no, bank account to share final call. The first one is make the shares as fully paid up. तो इसके लिए final call entry you have to pass. How will I pass the final call entry? Already you have passed and I have told you. Share final call account debit to share capital Please write the format very clearly. I am not writing it here. Write the narration also. When you're receiving the money, now what is the ratio that is given to you? What is the working note का ratio क्या है आपके पास? They are telling, please listen to this. On 1st of April, the company has made the final call of rupees 2 each on the equity shares. Call money was received by 20th April. तो यहाँ पे please write the dates. 1st of April 22, money receive हुआ है 20th of April 2022. Over. Now what happens? The next one is, thereafter the company decided to capitalize its reserves by way of bonus shares of one share for every four shares held. Show necessary entries in the books and prepare the extract of balance sheet immediately after bonus issue, assuming that they have passed the necessary entries. Okay. So now the step one ratio 1 is to 4. Total number of equity shares into 1 by 4 gives you 22,500. What is the value of the bonus shares? 22,500 into 10 rupees, which is 2 lakh and 25,000. Now, this 2 lakh and 25,000 first will come from the securities premium, then from the general reserve account. If anything over and above, it will come from the profit and loss account. So, first itself, I am writing all the three things together. To bonus to इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स अकाउंट राइट फुल फॉर्म्स तो यहाँ पे 2,25,000 विल कम एंड फ्रॉम हियर सिक्योरिटीज प्रीमियम का वैल्यू कितना था how much is collected in cash securities premium 20,000 collected in cash then we go to the general reserve total amount is 1,60,000 इन दोनों को मिलाने के बाद भी we need 45,000 that is the balancing figure which we have taken from P&L account P&L account का total balance है 2,05,000 इसमें से 45,000 I am utilizing for the bonus being the bonus shares declared when you're actually allotting simple entry bonus to equity shareholders account debit to share capital to equity share capital of 2,25,000 and 2,25,000 being the shares increased or the shares issued. Now we come to the balance sheet presentation. Very, very important. Now, when I talk about the balance sheet ka extract of so and so as of a particular time, here you will have the note ka number. Here you will have the amount. Here is the particulars. In first particulars, if you look at the table, your particular presentation, वहां पे दिया गया है authorized capital is the starting point. तो वही से हम भी start करते हैं. Authorized capital जो कुछ भी प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स का है उसका एज इट इज लिख लो व्हाट इज द प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स का 10,000 12% प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स ऑफ रुपीज 10 each you are going to write but when it comes to equity shares please remember my dear students equity shares का authorized capital इस क्वेश्चन में दिया गया है 1 lakh shares okay but see here but issued shares आपके पास है 90,000 now on this issued shares आपने excess कितना shares है 22,500 shares issue किया है so total 1,12,500 shares बन गया है when your issued is more than the authorized ऐसा हो सकता है नहीं whenever due to or on account of bonus shares issue if your issued shares increase or they are more than your authorized capital आपको authorized share capital को भी increase करना पड़ेगा तो now your doubt will be तो यहाँ पे लेके shall I add 22,500 this is not right how much ever equity shares issued is increased आपका ऑथराइज्ड कैपिटल भी उतना ही इंक्रीज होना है. So from 1 lakh, this will now become or get changed into 1,12,500 equity shares at the rate of rupees 10 करके आपको ऑथराइज्ड लिखना पड़ेगा. क्लियर? ऑथराइज्ड लिखना पड़ेगा. नाउ इश्यूड में इक्विटी शेयर्स हैव इंक्रीज्ड. सो 1,12,500 इक्विटी शेयर्स एट द रेट ऑफ रुपीज 10. तो यहाँ बन जाता है 11,25,000. 12% प्रिफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल कितना है? 8,000 शेयर्स एट द रेट ऑफ 10 each fully paid up. That comes to 80,000. क्लियर ऑल ऑफ यू? तो ये होता है आपका इश्यूड. आफ्टर राइटिंग द इश्यूड, नाउ यू कम टू रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस. मैडम, रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस में ऑलरेडी रीवैल्यूएशन रिजर्व विल रिमाइन द सेम. इसके लिए तो कुछ चेंज नहीं है. सो आई विल बी टेकिंग so I will be taking this revaluation reserve as it is, which is given to me in the question at 35,000. Now, what are the other reserves, ma'am? Securities premium, I have utilized completely. I had 20,000. For bonus shares, I've utilized 20,000. So, over. The next one is general reserve. 1,60,000 was there. That also I used completely 1,60,000 over. Then what I'm having, madam, profit and loss account. Iska total balance 2,05,000 hai, but I utilized only 45,000. So the remaining 1,60,000 of the general reserve will still come here. 1,60,000 will come here. And finally, we have long-term borrowings under that heading. What will happen? Yeah, still that debentures will be coming into the picture. The debentures का कुछ change नहीं है. We have not done anything with debentures. 12% debentures, 5 lakh rupees will come and sit here still. 12% debentures, 5 lakh rupees will come here. Okay. Initially, if you look at the balance sheet, this was just 7 lakh 20 and this was 80. Now it became, if you go to the cash, if you go to the asset side, of course you have bank, no, here. Bank has been 1,80,000. So if you ask me, madam, should we balance tally this balance sheet? Not required, because it's just an extract. Extract का meaning पूरा information नहीं दिया है. जो कुछ भी information आपके पास है उसमें से if you are constructing the balance sheet ये ही आएगा. This is what is going to come there also. This is how you are going to show it as well. Yes, ये सब मैं यहाँ पे वर्कआउट किया है, बट इन योर टेक्स्ट बुक एज पर द प्रेजेंटेशन extract you have to give only this. So share capital total put together is 12 lakh and 5,000. Reserves and surplus both put together is 1,95,000. Extra or long term borrowings is 5 lakhs. That's all. Three amounts only will come in the presentation. When you go to the notes, इस तरह का detailed one आप लिखना है. So sometimes, or in most of the cases, if this question alone is going to come, they are going to give you marks even for the balance sheet presentation. So you have to do and show it clearly. Is this clear? I will give you 1 minute. Please go through the entire question. Very, very simple. First, you need to do the final call ka entry. Then pass the bonus shares ka entry, two entries, and then presentation of your balance sheet. Notes to accounts may, like working notes may, notes to accounts, you have to show the entire presentation, but actual presentation may, the three line items, if you mention on the liability side, enough. Yes. Now, if you go to the question number, illustration number 4, the same thing there also, nothing major difference. I will show you that question also. Please take it as a homework. Very, very important. I want you people to work out. Illustration number 4, same question, same type. Okay. See here the note it is given to you. That is what I told you. Authorized capital after the bonus issue should not be less than the issued share capital, including bonus. So in this case, I told you 1 lakh shares are there, but actually issued shares after bonus has become 1,12,500. So you should increase the authorized capital also. Make it 1,12,500. That's all of you, please see the following notes are pertaining authorized A. This is also similar question. 1,35,000 of 10 rupees, just 8 paid up. So first make the final call. 1,35,000 into 2 rupees, 2,70,000, 2,70,000. And then here all the accounts that we are normally dealing with. यहाँ पे कुछ revaluation reserve नहीं है. It becomes a very easy question. The company has made a final call of rupees 2 on each on 135 and decided to do the capitalization at the rate of 1 for every 4 shares held. So instead of 90,000 shares, now it is 1,35,000 shares divided by 4. I want you people to try this as homework. And my dear students, all of you, please see here in your practical questions also, I want you people to check this out. This illustration one, same thing, practical question number 1. Same question they have just repeated, 1 for 3 shares. Okay, 1 by 3 karke you should do and see capital redemption reserve, securities premium, general reserve, P&L account. That's it. Do it. That is simple. This is also the same. Illustrate that practical question number 2. Very, very simple. Made the final call and then you are doing the bonus issue. So how many questions I have given you as homework? Illustration 4, practical question number 1, practical question number 2. Practical question number 3 also the same thing. 1st of April, the company has made a final call. Thereafter, the company decided to capitalize its reserves by way of bonus at the rate of 1:4 shares. So 3 practical questions and 1 illustration. I want you people to work it out. Very, very simple. Whenever you do it, it will be very, very easy. So what is the effect of bonus shares? When you're going to issue bonus shares, what is going to happen in your balance sheet? Number of shares are going to increase. Correct? What will happen? The number of shares are going to increase. So obviously there will be dilution. Dilution का मतलब क्या है? पहला 10 rupees profit आता था. There were 10 shares. So each share earnings per share was 1 rupee. Correct? But now what happens? 10 rupees per share was, or 10 rupees not per share, was the total profit. I had 10 shares. So the profit per share was 1 rupee. Correct. Now, madam, I am no longer asking you, I am no longer having 10 shares, but after doing the bonus issue, my 10 shares have become 20 shares. So now the new one 10 by 20 will be 0.5 per share. What has happened? What has happened? What has happened? There is dilution. Dilution वो होता है जब when the denominator here number of shares increases either by way of bonus or by way of rights issue, there will be a decrease in the earnings. वो उसको हम dilution बोलते हैं. Clear? So the effect of bonus shares is nothing but number of shares of the company increases and there is a dilution in the earnings per share. So is it good for a company to do the bonus shares or not? Definitely yes, if you are having more profits and you have paid everything else and the profits are just wastely there, it is lying there. It is at the preference of the company. If it wants to increase the shares, wants to give more shares to the existing shareholders, then it can do. Now, the same concept with a small variation is the rights issue. Rights issue में zero cost के लिए you will not give. No, no, no. You want to issue further shares. आपको पैसा चाहिए. You want to issue further shares. But first option should be given to the existing shareholders. You have to, as per the name suggests, rights will be there with the existing shareholders. The meaning is, if the company wants to raise additional capital by issue of rights issue, the first and foremost right or this share should be offered to the existing shareholder. Of course, it will be lesser than the market price only. Okay. And since the share is being offered as a matter of right to the existing shareholder, this shareholder is at his own liberty. If he wants, he can take or he can give this right to somebody else. This is called as renunciation of right. Renunciation means I don't want it, I transfer it to the others. So rights issue will be given to you with an option whether you want to exercise, you want to take the rights issue for yourself, or you can give it to somebody else also. Okay. But the rights issue meaning is the first right when a company wants to go ahead and issue additional capital, wants to raise additional money. Then through rights issue, it has to first offer to the existing shareholders only. Directly, it cannot give to the outside people. If the existing shareholders say, okay, okay, not required, okay, okay, this is not taken, then or I don't want it, then only it will go to the outside people. Okay. So in rights issue, what will be the accounting entries? Obviously, you will get money out of the rights issue. So there will be one single entry, bank account to equity share capital account. What is this? Bank account to equity share capital. Madam, sometimes my rights issue also can be done at a higher price than the face value. So I will be putting securities premium there. Whenever I see premium amount is coming, close your eyes and just write the word securities premium. So either this entry or this entry will come. Either of the entries will come. So how many rights issue for calculating the shares? Again, there also you will have a ratio. Same like bonus shares. Total number of equity shares will be there. And on that, if you're doing a rights issue, ratio will be given. Similar way, you should calculate the ratio for this also. Now, I will show you one question. All of you, please see here. In this particular concept, we will go to come right price, X right price. Okay. All of you, please see here. Example 4. A company has 70,000 shares of rupees 10 each as its issued share capital, market value of 21 rupees. Okay. Issues right shares in the ratio of 1 is to 10 at an issue price. Pass the journal entry. What and all is there? First, I will write what is there. That is very important when you understand or for you to understand a question. First, issued share capital, you have 70,000. Is it rupees or shares? No, 70,000 shares at 10 rupees. So the face value is 10 rupees. Clear? Now the next concept they are talking is market value. Market value is 21 rupees. Okay, in the market, it is trading at a higher value. Okay. Now this person wants to issue rights in the ratio of 1 is to 10. Okay. They are telling something as issue price, which is 10 rupees. This is very, very important. They are asking you to pass an entry. Entry to already मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है, so that I will come back. How many are the rights shares I want to issue is the first step. How many total shares are there? 70,000. How many rights? 1 is to 10. That means 10 if you are holding existing, you will get 1 share. So into 1 by 10. So here 7,000 shares are given as rights issue. What is the issue price? यहाँ पे issue price is equal to the face value. 10 rupees. So when I multiply these two, 70,000 rupees is what I am getting. So bank account 70,000, share capital account 70,000. I am getting the money because then what about market value? This has got no relevance in this question. Market value is just given to confuse you. But you should understand market value say rights issue will always be lesser only. Otherwise, why will the existing shareholder buy from you? If it is the same market value, you need not come for rights issue. No, you can directly put it and you can raise money from the outsiders itself. Rights issue, if they're giving you a right, it means it is a benefit of a lesser value. So whatever market value is there, it will be given at a lesser value only. Now let us see the next example. The same question. The next example, please see. A company having 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 as issued capital, market value 46, issues rights in the ratio of 1 by 10 at an issue price of 31. This now becomes important. All of you, please see here. Now, the example 5 talks about the issued capital or the issued shares are 1 lakh shares at the rate of rupees 10. That means यहाँ पे face value is rupees 10. How about the market value here? Market value 46 rupees. What is the rights issue? What is the rights ratio? 1 is to 10. Now see the issue price का meaning क्या है? 31 rupees is the issue price. Market value is something, but यहाँ पे we are not comparing. We will compare issue price with the face value. मेरा face value 10 rupees है, but issue price is 31. More than that, 21 rupees is excess. This is my premium. This is my premium. How many right shares I have to give ma now? Right shares is equal to 1 lakh shares original into 1 by 10. So 10,000 shares. Now this 10,000 shares, see here, 10,000 shares into 10 is the face value. 1 lakh will come here. But premium, how much? 21 rupees I am extra issuing. So 2 lakh and 10,000. And here, total 31 is my issue price into 10,000. 3 lakh and 10,000. इस तरह का issue और rights issue का entry you are going to pass. Very, very simple. डू यू फाइंड और डू यू फाइंड इट डिफिकल्ट? इतना ही है राइट्स इश्यू में. दिस इज द ओनली एंट्री. आपको क्या चेक करना है? मार्केट वैल्यूज यू आर गोइंग टू एक्सक्लूड. इस तरह के प्रॉब्लम्स पे यू आर गोइंग टू चेक अप दिस पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू. This is how you will be solving a rights issue ka question. Then madam itna hi आसानी है, it is only this much. Yes, it is actually only this much. But here you have one more concept of computing. What is the value of a right? Value of a right का मतलब क्या है? Whenever a existing shareholder decides not to take the shares, but he wants to give it to another person. Okay, he wants to give his share to another person. Then there should be some benefit for him, no? He should tell to the other person, look, you are going to take or you are going to become a shareholder because I am giving my right to you. Okay, what I'm going to tell? I'm going to tell him, look, you are taking my rights and you are going to become the shareholder of the company because I am giving you my share. It is not that I don't want. In this case, I don't want, but I'm giving you my share. So, since I am foregoing my right, I am transferring my right to you. Apart from you purchasing the share, you should also give me some compensation. So, how do you calculate that compensation? उसके लिए छोटा सा formula है. Okay, we are going to find out in two steps what is the formula. So in your exam, my dear students, with respect to rights issue, इस तरह का problem आ सकता है और they will ask you to find out value of rights. दोनों ही type का problem है, that's all. वहां पे थोड़ा अलग सा nomenclatures, कम price, X rights issue, ये सब they will mention. But it is also very easy for you to understand because everything will be given to you beforehand. You don't have to worry. We will do it and you can also check. Okay. Advantages, disadvantages. What is the effect of a right issue? Dilution in the value of shares. Please remember, bonus issue, rights issue, number of shares increase, dilution will happen in the earnings. Okay. Then what is happening? Maintenance of existing shareholders proportionate holding in the company retain their rights because rights issue first you give it to the existing shareholders. Uska governance and financial rights affect nahi hota hai. It is their choice whether they want to take it or give it to the other person. Okay, there will be a dilution. Now, please see here the most important question which came even in your exam was your illustration or the practical question number 6. All of you, please see. The following notes pertain to the balance sheet of Mars Company Limited. 50,000 plus this 5 lakhs issued. वो authorized है, ये वाला issued है. वहां पे please look at the equity shares ma. It is 4 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each, 8 paid up, 32 lakhs, and here everything you have. Revaluation reserve ko mat lo. All the other reserves will come. Read it very carefully. On 1st of April 2022, the company has made a final call of 2 rupees each on 4 lakh equity shares. The call money was received. Thereafter, on 1st of May, the company decided to capitalize its reserves by way of bonus at the rate of 1 share for every 4 shares held. Until this, it is a normal question. Okay, clear? हम जो कुछ भी illustration 3, 4, practical question number 3, ये सभी में किया है 2, 3. The 4 illustrations, the same thing only. But please see, after May, जून में the company also issued rights at the rate of 2 shares for every 5 shares held and the issue price is 12 rupees. इस तरह का आने से what should you do? There is no major difference my dear students. अभी तो आप क्या करना है वर्किंग नोट में you should be very very careful. वो entries will not change. First you will pass the final call का entry because they are doing the final call April में share final call to share capital bank account to share final call कितना है shares into the final call value of 2 rupees multiply and do it over bonus shares तभी आता है when you pass that entry capital redemption reserve securities premium general reserve P&L account चारों लिख के to bonus to equity shareholders then bonus to equity shareholders to share capital ये वाला you will do now let us see or do the working note का part फर्स्ट वन है बोनस इश्यू का और द बोनस शेयर्स का व्हाट हैपेंस एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर्स कितना है कंपनी में द फर्स्ट वन इज 4 लाख इक्विटी शेयर्स ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज सी 4 लाख इक्विटी शेयर्स है व्हाट इज द रेशियो मा द रेशियो हियर कम्स टू फॉर बोनस शेयर्स 1 for 4 shares 1:4 bonus so 1/4 I have 1 lakh shares I am issuing as bonus bonus का value है what is the face value? It is 10 rupees because fully called up. So 10 lakh rupees actual bonus value. तो इसको मैं कहाँ से लेती हूँ? Capital redemption reserve से. How much value I will take capital redemption reserve is 2,40,000 I will take from here, 2.4 lakh. And then I have securities premium, 2.75 lakh. And then I have the general reserve, which comes to 1.6 lakh. This is 4 lakh, 6 lakh and 75. I have 25 plus 3 lakh and 25 I need. I will take it from my P&L account. 2 lakh and 25, not 3 lakh and 25. No, 3 lakh 25 only. 6 plus 4 is this. 3 lakh and 25, I take it from this particular account over. Now with this it is over. But next I am having rights issue. Rights issue ka ratio kitna hai ma? It is 2:5. So on what I will apply 2:5. Original shares with the company is 4 lakhs. But before the rights issue, you also have done bonus issue. Kitna shares you have added? 1 lakh shares आपने ऐड किया है तो राइट्स इश्यू व्हेन इट इज डन ऑन 1 जून उसके बिफोर दैट उसके पहले जो कुछ भी बोनस इश्यू हुआ है उसको ऐड करना ही पड़ेगा इफ यू विल डू द मिस्टेक ऑफ टेकिंग ओनली 4 लाख शेयर्स दिया है मैडम उस 4 लाख शेयर्स को ही आई विल गिव द राइट्स इश्यू नो एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर होल्डर्स आप बोनस शेयर्स इश्यू करने के बाद दिस 1 lakh shares also have become your shareholders so this also I should consider for giving them the rights issue no so it will be 4 lakh plus 1 lakh 5 lakh so 2 lakh shares I am going to now issue by the way of rights. कितना price के लिए I am going to issue? 12 rupees, but actually face value is only 10. So I will go to this particular entry. In this entry, 10 rupees is the face value. Okay, understood. How many shares are there? 2 lakh shares into 10. So 20 lakhs is the value here. How much is the premium? 2 lakh into 2 rupees. 2.4 lakh is the premium. So 20 lakh, 2.4 lakh, I'm getting 22 lakh and 40,000. That is the value here. See, 2 lakh into 2 is 4 lakh. So here it will be 24 lakhs. That is 2 lakh into 12. That's all. So apart from passing all the other entries, this is one extra entry that you're going to pass. Now, how will you show in the balance sheet, ma? See, balance sheet ma it will be 4 lakhs issued plus 1 lakh bonus plus 2 lakhs now. So the total value will be 7 lakh shares. That is the total issued. Authorized ka kitna hai? In this question, authorized is Authorized is just 5 lakh. So increase the authorized also to 7 lakh shares and show it in your balance sheet का extract. First authorized 7 lakh shares of rupees 10 each करके mention करने के बाद issued and subscribed 7 lakh shares into 10 rupees. So वहां पे 70 lakhs आएगा. When you go to reserves and surplus, all of you please see, when you go to reserves and surplus, already यहाँ पे जो कुछ भी आप exhaust किया है उसको हटा दो. And what is remaining in the P&L account, there will be one value, 16 lakhs minus 3.25 you will take. Apart from that, यहाँ पे कुछ securities premium has again come into the question. So इस securities premium को भी आप वहां पे mention करना है. This will be the reserves and surplus total. Okay. And finally, apart from having share capital, reserves, and surplus, what is the other particular thing you will have? Yahan pe, do you have any particular? No, here you don't have any debentures, so it is an easy question. Is this clear till this? So this is the only part wherein this kind of a question has come in the exam, where bonus shares and rights issue दोनों मिला के इस तरह के क्वेश्चन में दिया है, तो आपको पास करना है 5 entries एंड बैलेंस शीट का एक्सट्रैक्ट देना है, वर्किंग नोट्स भी सेपरेटली मेंशन करना है. When you do this fully only, you will get full marks. Okay. Now shall we go to that second part wherein I told you थोड़ा सा वो छोटा formula value of rights के लिए? Shall we go there and then see that particular question? With that we are finishing this chapter with this particular unit. So all of you please see here, how do you compute value of right? वैल्यू ऑफ राइट का फॉर्मूला होता है कम प्राइस और द कम राइट प्राइस ऑफ द शेयर माइनस एक्स राइट प्राइस. इसका मीनिंग कुछ भी नहीं है. व्हाट इज द मार्केट वैल्यू? कम प्राइस और एक्स राइट प्राइस होता है मार्केट प्राइस. कम प्राइस इज बिफोर द राइट्स इश्यू एंड this is after rights issue. Usually, please understand the concept. जब एक कंपनी राइट्स इश्यू करता है, उसका मार्केट प्राइस बिफोर से कम हो जाता है. For example, the market price was 30 rupees before the issue of the rights. After issuing the rights, it became 20 rupees. Why? Because the market sees the issue of the right shares at a lesser value to the existing shareholders as a reduction. So it will adjust itself whenever you go to the capital markets, and when they are working this way, rights issue, whenever an announcement comes immediately, there you will see market price falling for that particular share. That is how the operations happen. Now come here. Okay. So madam, to know come right price minus x right price, which will be given to me in the question, come right price, that is the market price before the rights issue, will always be given to you in the question. Okay, madam. Then what about x right price, ma'am? I should find that out. That is my step 2. Okay, it is a very easy formula. Don't think that since there is a formula that you have to remember, it is difficult. No, put some effort. Okay. So x right price is equal to come right price into existing shares plus rights shares into the issue price divided by existing shares plus right shares. As simple as this. As for example, let us say 30 rupees in my example is the come right price. This I don't know. You have to find that out, X right price. So I tell you, I will issue 1:4 is my ratio I will be giving, and I will issue it at 20 rupees is my issue price. Okay, 20 rupees is my issue price. We have seen no earlier to this. You will have market price, you will have issue price, you will have the ratio. यहाँ पे इस तरह का वैल्यू ऑफ राइट को कंप्यूट करने के टाइम पे मार्केट प्राइस का रिलेवेंस विल कम इनटू द क्वेश्चन. ओके, नाउ आई वांट टू फाइंड आउट वैल्यू का राइट का वैल्यू. सो यहाँ पे क्या मेंशन किया है? कम राइट प्राइस, दैट इज 30 रुपीज इंटू एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर्स. एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर्स कहाँ से लेना है? इस रेशियो में 1:4 में 4 इज द एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर्स ना, उसको यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लाई करो. प्लस व्हाट इज द इश्यू प्राइस अभी? 20 इंटू राइट शेयर्स. कितना राइट्स इश्यू हो रहा है? फॉर 4 शेयर्स यू आर गेटिंग 1 शेयर एज दिस वैल्यू डिवाइडेड बाय 4 plus 1. So 120 plus 20 divided by 5. 140 divided by 5. This will go This is 28 rupees. I told you, no, always the rights ex right price will be lesser than the come right price. So here, all of you please see, it becomes 28. So the value of the share is 2. How much? Value of the share is 2. इसका meaning क्या है? जब the actual shareholder, he foregoes and he gives his one share to the new person, the other person is supposed to pay how much? For his 4 shares, he is getting 1 share in return. So his 4 shares ka 1 share ka value will be 2 rupees, correct? So 1 share he is transferring, or rather whatever the exact value of the 4 shares he is transferring it to the other person, you are going to multiply this 2 rupees into 4 his existing shareholding, and the new shareholder should compensate the old shareholder. But in your exam, they will just ask you find the value of right and close the question. And ye wala sub information will be given to you directly in the question. I am just talking about the logic there. Who has to pay whom? Now please see here, a company decided to exercise, increase its existing share capital by making rights issue to its existing shareholders. The company is offering one new share for every 2 shares held, 1:2. Market value of the share is 240. That means it is the come right price. And the company is offering 120 for one right shares. This is the issue price. Calculate the value of the right. इस सेम प्रॉब्लम में 1:2 रेशियो है. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, 1:2 is the ratio. Come right price is 240. 120 rupees is the issue price. तो क्या करना है मैडम? सेम थिंग. कम राइट प्राइस ऑफ 240 मल्टीप्लाई विद द एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर्स. यहां से एग्जिस्टिंग शेयर्स होता है 2 plus 120, which is the issue price of the rights, into the shares hota hai 1. 2 plus 1. So this becomes 480 plus 120 divided by 3. 600 divided by 3 becomes 200. तो यहाँ पे substitute करो 200, 240. That is the come price is 240 minus 200. 40 rupees is the value of the right. That's all. 40 rupees is the value of the right. So what is the value of the right he has to pay? If this person is giving his share in the company, as I told you, he is holding 2 shares. So 2 into 40, 80 rupees the new shareholder has to pay. Apart from that, he has to pay even 120 rupees to the company. Okay. So the total value of 200 may, the new shareholder will pay the company 120 rupees, because 120 rupees ही rights का issue price हो रहा है. The remaining 80 to whom he should pay? To the existing shareholder, because he is giving his share. उसको हमने कैसे compute किया है? जो कुछ भी value of right हमको मिला है, this into the existing shares. If I'm going to multiply 80 rupees value, I have to give it. In the previous example, I told 1:4, no, or 1:4 I told no, वहां पे 2 rupees था. So 4 into 2, 8 rupees इसको pay करना था. Okay. Issue price is 20. 20 rupees goes to the company. 8 rupees comes to the shareholder. तो ये वाला लॉजिक होता है in doing this question. तो I want you to see the illustration number 5 also the same way. And practical question number 5 also same is there. Practical question 5 is what we did the example 4 and 5 हमने किया ना, where we are talking only about the rights issue and how we are going to mention about the rights issue and everything. वहां पे आप ये इसको mention करना है. That kind you have to do this. So I want you people to try all the practical questions which I've explained to you clearly. And also this particular illustration number 5. A company offers new shares of rupees 100 each at 25% premium. So 125 rupees becomes the issue price. For 1:4 basis, 1:4 is the ratio. Come right market price is 150. That is nothing but the come right price. Calculate the value of the share. That's all. Simple. Now let us go and see very quickly true or false questions and the next one, so that we'll complete it. Earnings per share gets increased after the bonus issue. False. earnings per share gets decreased because when the number of shares increase, you cannot have more earnings, but it will decrease. Issued share capital, including issue of right shares and bonus shares, may be more than the authorized capital. May be more than the authorized capital. That is true, no? We only did now in one question after issue of the bonus and rights issue, issued share capital, issued shares, it increased than the authorized capital. But what should you do? आपको करना है authorized share capital को भी increase करना पड़ेगा through passing special resolutions and stating because I have done the bonus issue, इतना मेरा shares increase हो गया है, so I have to do that. So there are chances when there happens bonus and rights issue, your issued capital becomes more than the authorized capital. Rights issue of shares results in the decrease of market value per share in comparison to market price before the rights issue. Yes, market conditions gets adjusted in such a way that always the X price after the rights issue, the market price will be lesser than before the rights issue. The rights issue are normally offered at a price more than the come right value of the share, causing dilution in its value post rights issue. Rights issue or right shares are normally offered at a price more than the come right value of the share. No, it is not offered more than the come right value. No, it is not offered like that. It will always be lesser than the come right value. So that is false. Okay. Which of the following cannot be used for issue of bonus shares? Here I told you revaluation reserve. That is the answer. Multiple choice questions. Which of the following cannot be used for the issue of bonus shares as per Companies Act? It is revaluation reserve. Securities premium, capital redemption, you will use. Which of the following statements is true with regard to declaring and issuing bonus shares? Assets are transferred from companies to shareholders? No. Bonus share results in the decrease of reserves and surplus? Yes. Bonus shares is the same as declaration of dividend? No. So the answer is 2B. Which of the following statements is true in the case of bonus issue? Convertible debenture holders will get bonus shares in the same proportion as to the existing shareholders. Bonus shares may be issued to the convertible debenture holders at the time of conversion of such debentures into shares. हम तब debentures का chapter पढ़ेंगे वहां पे we will understand that one type of debentures it is called as convertible debentures. So whenever you can convert the debentures, you will give an option to the give an option to the debenture holder stating आप कुछ future date में you can convert the debentures into equity shares. So you become the owners directly. So when they are going to become equity shareholders, yes, bonus shares will also be issued to them no once after conversion. Both A and B are correct. Bonus issue is called as scrip issue, capitalization issue, both A and B. Yes, correct. Bonus issue is not made until partly paid shares are made fully paid up. Yes. Provided in articles of association. Yes. ये होता है conditions के बारे में. दोनों conditions fulfill होने के बाद ही I can do the bonus issue. Then bonus issue has the following effect. Market price gets adjusted on the issue of the bonus price. Yes, this is the right answer. Effective earnings per share, book value and other per share value stand increased. No, earnings per share decreases. Markets generally take the action as unfavorable act. It is not unfavorable, the markets don't take, but it will think on the various things that can be impacted. So here 6A is the option. ABC company resolved to issue bonus shares. Which of the following is not a prerequisite, not a condition? Authorization and articles of association, it needs. Timely payment of statutory dues, yes, prerequisite. Sufficient balance in the bank account, that is not a prerequisite. If you have sufficient profits, you can just capitalize it. But bank balance hona hai, is tarah ka condition is not mentioned anywhere. In the case of further issue of shares, the right to renounce shares in favor of a third party. In case of further issue of shares, that means whenever rights issue is done, it should include a right exercisable. It should not include a right exercisable. Is deemed to include. It is deemed to include. Whenever rights issue is made, your right to transfer or renounce the right in the favor of another person is deemed. It is there in the section already. Please see here. The company's face value is 10 rupees. Book value is 2 rupees. Rights issue price is 30 rupees. Market value 40 rupees. While recording the right share, security premium का amount क्या होता है? Book value का कोई भी मतलब नहीं है, deleted. Market price का भी मतलब नहीं है, deleted. Rights issue price हो रहा है 30 rupees. Face value, say if you're going to remove that 20 rupees is your securities premium. Okay. Then right shares, tell me which is right, which is wrong. That is your 10th question. Right shares enables existing shareholders to maintain their proportional holding in the company. Yes, correct. Right shares does not cause a dilution in the market value of the share. False. A is correct, B is incorrect. So the option is C here. X right price can be calculated by which of the following? It is the first one. Okay. So with this, we have completed the unit number 4. Just take a 4-minute break and then we will start with the unit number 3, that is the debentures. So we have completed this particular unit. Okay. Unit, bonus, and the rights issue. Now we are going to go ahead with the issue of debentures. Oh, ठीक है. So issue of debentures and issue of shares इन दोनों में से broad differences क्या है? So the first thing is you people need to understand shares wherein we talk about equity shares or preference shares. वो होता है in the nature of owners of the company. But debenture holders, if you want to get money from a bank, जैसे आप ले जाके बैंक से अमाउंट लेके आते हो, उसके अगेंस्ट एवरी मंथ यू आर सपोज टू पे द ईएमआई. द सेम वे डिबेंचर होल्डर्स को भी इंटरेस्ट आपको हाफ ईयरली एक बार देना पड़ेगा. तो यहाँ पे द मेजर डिफरेंस विल बी the same thing only we are going to follow. Debenture application allotment यहाँ आएगा. फर्स्ट कॉल फाइनल कॉल नहीं आएगा. मैक्सिमम यू विल हैव वन और टू इंस्टॉलमेंट्स, इतना ही होगा. And the same thing transfer entry, receipt entry. So first when you are doing the entries के बारे में application का first आपका receipt entry आएगा, बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू परसेंटेज डिबेंचर एप्लीकेशन अकाउंट. तो यहाँ पे परसेंटेज इज द वर्ड दैट विल बी कमिंग बिफोर डिबेंचर. क्यों मैडम परसेंटेज? बिकॉज डिबेंचर्स के when you're taking debentures against debentures you are supposed to pay the interest. So वो बन जाता है आपका creditors, आपका lenders. So debenture holders are like creditors of the company, but equity shareholders they are like the owners of the company. Point one. Point number two, debenture holders को आप interest, even if the company is making loss you are supposed to give the interest. इसको हम बोलते हैं charge against the profits. But for the equity shareholders, preference shareholders, only if there is profits you can give or declare the dividend. तो ये होता है appropriation of profits. ओके. इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स को वोटिंग का राइट्स मिलता है, यू गेट वोटिंग राइट्स. बट डिबेंचर होल्डर्स जस्ट क्रेडिटर्स, आप पैसा दो बिजनेस वो करेगा एंड इन रिटर्न यू विल बी गेटिंग योर इंटरेस्ट. सो आपको बिजनेस को चलाने का कुछ भी वोटिंग राइट्स यानी ओनरशिप विल नॉट बी गिवन टू यू. And the fourth one, the debentures are of different types and they have to be repaid after a specific period. But in the case of equity share capital, आप उसको अभी तक कभी तक आप रीपे नहीं करते हो. ओनली एट द टाइम ऑफ क्लोजिंग द कंपनी और वाइंडिंग और लिक्विडेशन ऑफ द कंपनी आप वापस उसका कैपिटल दे देते हो. बट इन केस ऑफ डिबेंचर्स नो, द मैक्सिमम टाइम पीरियड इज ऑलरेडी गिवन टू यू. उस टाइम पीरियड के हिसाब से यू आर गोइंग टू रीपे बैक द डिबेंचर्स टू देम. एंड देन इन द बैलेंस शीट वेयर विल यू शो द डिबेंचर्स अंडर लॉन्ग टर्म बोरोइंग्स. अभी तक हमने जो कुछ भी देखा है यूनिट फॉर बोनस एंड राइट्स इश्यू में, their long-term borrowings के नीचे debentures are given, but equity shares and preference share capital are given under the head share capital. तो ये होता है इंटरनल लाइबिलिटी के जैसे. कंपनी का इंटरनल लाइबिलिटी ओनर्स के साथ जो कुछ भी पैसे लिया है दैट इज इंटरनल, एंड थर्ड पार्टीज से जो कुछ भी लिया है वो बन जाता है एक्सटर्नल थिंग. ओके. सो ये वाला होता है आपका डिफरेंस. नाउ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट यहाँ पे, we have issued, I will talk about the different types of debentures a little later because वो करने से हमारा questions becomes we will start solving the questions this half an hour में, because earlier I had a lot, I mean classes था, but now that has been little rescheduled, no, so I have less time. So we'll go ahead and we will start working out on the questions. तो जब भी whenever they are issuing the debentures to you, my dear students, you have to be very careful. You need to understand two things or two terms. Okay. Hmm. So now we are doing about talking about unit number 3, debentures. Okay. Yes. आई टोल्ड यू डिबेंचर्स आर नथिंग लाइक, दे आर अ डेट इंस्ट्रूमेंट. आप जब किसी कंपनी के डिबेंचर्स में आपका मनी को इन्वेस्ट करते हो, आपको डिबेंचर सर्टिफिकेट मिलता है. वो एज पर द डिबेंचर सर्टिफिकेट दे से सो मेनी डिबेंचर्स यू आर होल्डिंग, एंड दैट सर्टिफिकेट शुड ऑल्सो मेंशन व्हाट इज द टाइम विद इन विच यू आर गोइंग टू रीपे बैक द डिबेंचर्स टू देम. ओके. सो यहाँ पे इश्यू और रिडम्पशन, जब हम रीपे करते हैं द नेम दैट वी यूज इज द रिडम्पशन. तो इश्यू करने के टाइम पे ही रिडम्पशन का टर्म्स विल आल्सो बी फिक्सेड. तो ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज सी, व्हेनेवर वी टॉक अबाउट अ डिबेंचर, इश्यू के टाइम में ही आपका रिडम्पशन का टर्म्स gets fixed. So, what will happen? What is the difference? When I do the issue of shares, I just know only for the fact that yes, the shares are issued. The shares are issued either at par or at premium. इसके हिसाब से I used to pass the entries because the thought there was I will not return back the shares immediately, but the shares will be there in the company for a very long period of time. When I talk about preference shares को repay करना पड़ेगा, but I will create a capital redemption reserve and I'm going to keep it separately. Now, coming here with debentures, at the time of passing the issue entry itself, you have to check what are the terms of redemption. Okay, you have to check what are the terms of redemption. Always please remember debentures can be issued at the par value. Generally, it is taken 100 rupees, which is the face value. Par is nothing but face value. Face value is nothing but nominal value. Par, face value, nominal value, एक ही है. I can issue the debentures at par. I can issue the debentures at premium. I can issue the debentures at discount. Now this concept is getting introduced. कैसे madam discount? ये होता है, my dear students, it is in the form of a debt taken by the company. If the company's name is not very well known in the market, what can it do? Can it get the money immediately? They will put a lot of conditions. ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, and all of that. So these people, if the company is new, in order to raise the funds through debentures, they will issue at a lesser face value. For example, let us say 98 rupees they can issue. Premium, they have very good name, so 110 rupees they are issuing. So the issue can happen at these three cases. What is it? Issue can happen at these three cases. That is, I can issue the debentures at par, I can issue the debentures at premium, I can issue the debentures at discount. Is this clear? Okay, madam. तो इश्यू के बारे में बताया है, थ्री केसेस पॉसिबल है. But what about redemption? So redemption can be done in two cases or in two methods, in two scenarios. One is I will redeem at par or I will redeem at premium. तो ये वाला इश्यू प्रीमियम, ये वाला रिडम्पशन प्रीमियम दोनों अलग है. इट इज वेरी डिफरेंट. वाई मैडम? ये वाला प्रीमियम आप जब इश्यू करते हैं, यू रिसीव द एक्स्ट्रा मनी फ्रॉम द पीपल, you receive the money from the shareholders. But when you come to redemption, who is paying whom? When I tell I am redeeming the debentures, इसका मतलब है the company is repaying back the amount taken from the debenture holders. It is doing it at a premium. That means what, madam? Company को ये loss बन जाता है ना? I am taking only 100 rupees, but I am giving 110 rupees back to them. That 10 rupees is my loss? No. Yes. If they want to or have to invest in your debentures, you have to give them some return or you have to give them some discount. Then, madam, can I repay back at discount? Again, here the rules will come. You have taken 100 rupees. How can you give me back lesser value? Will anybody with sane mind invest in your company then? They will not invest. So you people need to understand the first difference or the first concept is that, just give me a minute. Concept. So the first concept you people have to understand is okay. Debentures can be issued at par, premium and discount. And debentures जब issue होता है, redemption का terms भी issue में ही बताया जाता है. Which means that, see, if I issue a debenture at par, I can redeem at par or premium. If I issue it at premium, I can redeem at par or premium. Or if I can issue at discount, I can redeem it at par or premium. तो इन तीनों cases में भी you can do the redemption at par or premium, par or premium, par or premium. So there are totally 6 cases that is possible for you. Okay, that how many cases are there? There are 6 cases that is possible for you. Now let us see one by one case. The first case, which is very simple, issue at par, redemption at par. 100 रुपीज डिबेंचर आप 100 रुपीज में you are repaying. What will be the entry? All of you please see. यहाँ पे आपका issue entry आता है. Maximum only 2 entries will come. But if they say application इतना, allotment इतना, then you are going to pass two entries for each. 4 entries बन जाता है. But for example purpose, I will now show you 2 entries. Clear? So the first entry will be bank account debit. Let us say 10 percentage debenture to 10 percentage debenture application account. It is 100 rupees 100 rupees and इसको मैं ट्रांसफर कर देती हूँ 10% डिबेंचर एप्लीकेशन अकाउंट डेबिट टू 10% डिबेंचर अकाउंट. 10% डिबेंचर का मीनिंग है वो डिबेंचर कैपिटल है. दिस विल बी 100 and 100. That's all. This is the difference. This is the first difference. All of you please see. This is the first thing that I told you. Issue at par, redemption at par. Now let's go to the second one. Issue at par. No, issue at premium. I will first teach you the issue entries completely. Issue at premium and redemption at par. Issue at premium, redemption at par. इसका मीनिंग क्या है? 100 rupees face value. I issue it at 120 rupees. Okay. Now I repay back at 100 rupees. Now you can ask me, madam, क्या madam? हम 120 rupees ले रहे हैं, but giving them back only 100. No, due to the image of the company, I need debentures in the company. So I am ready to pay extra premium. So the moment I get premium, I told you it will go to securities premium. What, madam, for debentures also? Yes. For shares also, it will go to securities premium account. Debentures also, it will go to securities premium account. तो तब वो 20 rupees remove होके securities premium में जाता है. Remaining 100 rupees the actual value that the company will consider. तो 100 rupees आया है, 100 rupees में redeem कर रही हूँ. Okay. Now what will be the entry, madam? This also first the same entry. All of you please see. ये वाला bank account debit to 10% debenture application account. इसके साथ ही it is coming 120 rupees. 120 rupees is coming here. So this I am receiving. This is the receipt entry. Okay. Now my dear students, इसका transfer entry में क्या होता है? I told you whenever it is issued at a premium, transfer entry में securities premium you should write. Let us take the transfer entry here. Securities premium कैसा आता है? 10% debenture application account debit to 10% debenture to securities premium. Okay, madam. So debenture application 120 rupees is coming from this previous entry, but percentage debenture or share capital always the face value of 100. Premium यहाँ पे आ गया है 20 rupees. तो यहाँ पे I have just recorded the issue at premium. Same thing only. In shares with allotment we used to consider transfer entry में securities premium along with the share capital credit करते थे. Here also the same thing, but यहाँ पे application allotment उतना entries नहीं है. Single installment I am showing you. Application is there. In application also transfer entry में after percentage debenture I am writing. So this is your second condition that is over. Now third condition, madam, you tell me issued at discount and redemption at par. That means 100 rupees face value. I am issuing it at 95 rupees because my company is relatively new. Nobody is showing interest, but I have to repay 100 rupees back. So, my dear students, now this is one new concept you are going to learn, issuing at a discount. It can be issued in case of debentures, but this is a loss to the company. How will we show that, madam? All of you please see. All of you please see the first entry, receipt entry में कुछ difference will not be there. Bank account debit to 10% debenture application will come. But here, how much you are receiving? 100 rupees? Ah? No, 95 only. 95 and 95. How is the transfer entry? The same transfer entry will come here also. Percentage debenture application account debit to 10 percentage debenture account. Correct? I told you the concept from this entry 95 will come. But percentage debenture always face value. Then, madam, it is not tallying, madam. Debit side 5 rupees, it is coming less, which is nothing but your loss. So here it will be discount on issue of debentures. Please write the narrations in everything. I am not writing, so you can write being the amount received and the amount transferred. The same narrations what you wrote for your shares. Instead of shares, use the word debentures. Okay. Now here, please see ma. This also is same. Here only, here you have introduced the discount on the issue of debentures on the debit side, because in case of shares, you cannot issue it at a discount. No, not possible. But debentures, you can issue it at a discount. But the discount becomes what? It is a loss for the company. तो हम debit कर रहे हैं discount on the issue of debentures. Now you remember the securities premium, you can use it for what accounts we were talking, or what are the purposes you can use the securities premium. इस तरह का debentures issue करने के time पे जो कुछ भी discounts आप देते हो उसको आप securities premium से ले सकते हो. That is the meaning. So now you understood, when I issue debentures, if the company does not have a good image, it wants to get the money, it has to give some discounts. Like we go to the retail shops where they give discounts to attract customers, the same way. But that discount is a loss for the company. It will be shown here. Clear, everybody? Now, my dear students, madam, in these three cases, issue at par, premium discount, redemption हुआ है par में. So there is no problem. There is nothing that is affecting. मैंने जो कुछ भी equity shares में किया है, the same recipienty, transferenty, recipienty, transferenty, discount का I have learned now. Now, what are you telling me in case of if it is going to get redeemed at premium? Let us say case one में 100 rupees मैंने लिया है, 110 rupees I am repaying. I have taken or issued the debentures for 100 rupees, but I am going to repay them back at 110. So you people tell me the extra 10 rupees is nothing but loss. No, again, but loss on account of what? It is loss on account of issue of debentures, correct? If I am going to issue the debentures, then what I am going to do? I have to put this clause. I am telling them I will repay it back at 110. So this 10 rupees is also like your loss only. So now what should I do? How should I show it? Is very, very simple. So it will be like, it will be like, it will be like you should show in the second transfer entry. So let me show you the variation of this is the one, two, three, fourth case. So bank account, that is the issue may, I am taking bank account 10% debenture application account 100 rupees, 100 rupees I have received. Correct? Now please see 10% debenture application account debit टू 10% डिबेंचर ये होता है ट्रांसफर एंट्री. आई एम पोस्टिंग 100 एंड आई एम पोस्टिंग 100. हो गया मैडम. और क्या है? बट आई टोल्ड यू यू हैव टू रिकॉर्ड फॉर द रिडम्पशन ऑल्सो. रिडम्पशन जब पार में हो रहा है इन द ट्रांसफर एंट्री देर विल बी नो चेंज. बट व्हेन द रिडम्पशन इज हैपनिंग एट अ प्रीमियम, इट मीन्स दैट आप एक्स्ट्रा 10 रुपीज यू आर पेइंग टू देम. तो क्या बन जाता है? इस ट्रांसफर एंट्री में यू शुड रिकॉर्ड फॉर द 10 रुपी का लॉस. वो क्या होता है? प्रीमियम ऑन रिडम्पशन अकाउंट, और इसको हम मेंशन कर सकते हैं लॉस ऑन रिडम्पशन. किसी भी अकाउंट और हेड से वी कैन मेंशन दैट, बट द मीनिंग इज हमको लॉस आ रहा है. एंड नाउ वी इंट्रोड्यूस 10 रुपीज, सो क्रेडिट ऑल्सो टू डिबेंचर रिडम्पशन रिजर्व. तो हम ये एक रिजर्व को वी आर क्रिएटिंग विच टॉक्स अबाउट द डिबेंचर रिडम्पशन, नॉट रिजर्व, दिस इज डिबेंचर रिडम्पशन प्रीमियम. Why this loss is coming on the debit side? Because you are having, you have to pay that particular value. So you are putting in the transfer entry two accounts you are introducing, one in the debit side, one in the credit side. So whatever loss you are incurring on this particular issue of debentures is due to the redemption premium that you are paying. So यहाँ पे loss on redemption debit 10 rupees, and on the credit side to balance the entry you are introducing a liability, and that liability is created due to what? When I have to redeem the premium, I have to pay this much. So this is the first one where issue is happening at par, redemption is happening at premium. Now the next one is issue is happening at par. No, issue is happening at premium. Redemption is also happening at premium. Very tricky. Please see, 100 rupees worth 120 rupees I am receiving. ये वाला है received by the company, amount receive हो रहा है. But when I'm redeeming, I am again redeeming 120 rupees. Okay, redeeming का meaning company is paying to the debenture holder. Very, very important. Please see how we are going to record. The first entry, there will be no change. Bank account debit to 10 percentage debenture application account. इसमें कुछ चेंज नहीं है. You are receiving more than the value 120 and 120. Clear everybody? 120 and 120. Now the transfer entry. 10% debenture application account debit to 10 percentage debenture account to securities premium, because I know 20 rupees extra I have collected, that is premium that is coming in the question. So 120 यहाँ पे 120 यहाँ पे आ गया है. But my dear students, premium में you are redeeming also. तो यहाँ पे how will you calculate the loss? So many people will make the mistake here. वहाँ 120 I received, 120 I am paying. Loss नहीं है madam, छोड़ दो. You have to compare with the face value and how much you are redeeming. 100 rupees है face value, but I am giving paying back 120 rupees. तो यहाँ पे मेरा loss है. Always compare with the face value. 20 rupees मेरा loss है. तो इसको record करने के लिए क्या करना है? What did you do in the first one? Loss on redemption debit किया है, यहाँ भी डेबिट कर दो. एंड टू डिबेंचर रिडम्पशन प्रीमियम, यहाँ भी 20 ऐड कर दो. whenever you find there is a premium on redemption, immediately आपको strike होना है. ओ this one transfer entry में I have to show debit side credit side the same loss, different accounts. वहां पे loss on the premium और redemption of premium, यहाँ पे debenture redemption premium credit करना है. So whenever there is premium on redemption at the time of redemption, these two things will come automatically into your transfer entry. Okay, this particular thing. Now you can ask me, madam, I have issued originally at discount and then I am redeeming it at a premium. तो वो क्या होता है? Whenever that particular condition is going to come, I will show it to you here, wherein we are talking about I have already issued it at discount. The sixth condition is issue it at discount and redemption at premium. That means issue price 100. I have received 95, but I am repaying back 110. Now, how do I record this? The first entry, of course, won't change. Bank account debit to 10% debenture application account, which is 95 and 95. Okay, this is clear. Now, how do I pass the second entry? Second entry ke liye, first see this entry. This entry will come automatically as it is. 10% debenture application account debit to 10% debenture, correct? So 10% debenture may already this is 95, this is 100, this 5 rupees is loss on the issue of debentures or discount on the issue of debentures. 5 rupees it's come. Now the entry is over. But 110, that is 100 minus 110, 10 rupees. Here also you should not do the mistake. 95 को लेके 110 से मत subtract करो. Only face value you should compare always. Okay. So 110 minus 100 is 10 rupees. Now this 10 rupees is the loss. So debenture redemption premium 10 rupees, and this side also loss on the issue or redemption of debentures debit. तो टोटल लॉस इस केस में आपको इश्यू के लिए डिस्काउंट करना पड़ता है, दैट इज ₹5, एंड प्रीमियम ऑल्सो एंड रिडम्पशन ऑल्सो, प्रीमियम में यू आर गिविंग बैक टू द मनी, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो ₹10. So 10 plus 5, ₹15 this person is losing due to the issue of the debentures. So this becomes very, very important. So in all the things, whenever issue at par or redemption at par it happens, then no entry will come, no effect will come in the transfer entry. Just you need to see if it is issued at par, redeemed at par, just two entries, 100, 100, 100, 100. If it is issued at premium, then you will take the higher value and securities premium you are going to write in the credit side. आप जब discount में issue करते हो debentures का, just that concept is there. When you issue at a discount, then उसके लिए आप ऐसा डिस्काउंट ऑन इश्यू ऑफ डिबेंचर्स को इंट्रोड्यूस करना पड़ता है ट्रांसफर एंट्री पे. सो इन दीज थ्री केसेस द रिडम्पशन का कुछ इफेक्ट और एडजस्टमेंट नहीं है, बिकॉज इट इज रिडीम्ड एट पार ओनली. ₹100 लिया है, ₹100 दिया है, ओवर. नो नीड टू पास एनी एंट्रीज. बट व्हेन द रिडम्पशन इज हैपनिंग एट अ प्रीमियम, आप एक्स्ट्रा जब अमाउंट देते हो, इसका इफेक्ट अकाउंटिंग ट्रीटमेंट में क्या करना है? You should go to the transfer entry, and in the transfer entry, two accounts, one on the debit side, one on the credit side, you should pass extra, because madam मैं ये नहीं pass किया तो भी my entry is tallying, no, यहाँ पे this two if I'm going to impose, still 100 or 100 is getting tallied. But to show that, because in debentures I told you clearly, जब वो issue करता है redemption के बारे में भी आपको information देता है. उसका मीनिंग है आप रिडम्पशन का इफेक्ट एंड रिडम्पशन का एंट्रीज का इश्यू में ही यू हैव टू इंक्लूड. तब वो प्रीमियम में रिडीम करता है, देन यू आर गोइंग टू डू लाइक दिस इन द ट्रांसफर एंट्रीज एंड शो इट. यू आर गोइंग टू डू लाइक दिस इन द ट्रांसफर एंट्रीज एंड शो इट. इज दिस क्लियर? सो इसी में से इफ यू आर गोइंग टू टेक, आई वांट यू पीपल टू सॉल्व, बिकॉज Sunday's class when I'm going to come back, I'm going to do these entries very quickly, and after that, see here, I told you, debentures issued at par, redeemable at par. This is redeemable at par only, or at discount will not be there. It is redeemable at par. So illustration 1, simple question. 40 lakh, 9% debentures of ₹50 each payable on application, redeemable at par anytime. तो इसका क्या आएगा? Bank account to debenture application actually, and then debenture application to 9% debentures will come. That's all. That is the entry. Now, when it is issued at a discount, all of you please see, issued at a discount. Atul Limited issued 1 crore, ₹100 at a discount of 10%. तो यहाँ पे application and allotment दिया है. Whenever application and allotment is coming, premium or discount will be collected with allotment only. Okay, if it is one installment, obviously application आ जाएगा. But here there are two things. So first, what you should do: 1 crore into 30, 30 crores bank account to debenture application to percentage debenture will come. And next on allotment, if you are going, debenture allotment to 8% debentures to discount on the issue of debentures. मैंने बोला ना, so that will come. This is your case 3. What we have solved here, that is the same question that is coming. Now debenture issued at premium, redeemable at par. Please see here. Conile Chemicals 15 lakh debentures, ₹50 each, premium of 10%, payable as 20 and balance on allotment. Debentures are redeemable at par. So when debentures are redeemable at par, the entry of the second case will come. प्रीमियम में इश्यू किया है, 2 इंस्टॉलमेंट है, जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई एंड प्लीज सी हियर प्रीमियम विल बी कलेक्टेड विथ अलॉटमेंट. सो एप्लीकेशन का नॉर्मल एंट्री, अलॉटमेंट का ट्रांसफर एंट्री में सिक्योरिटीज प्रीमियम यू विल इंक्लूड. इवन इन द बिफोर क्वेश्चन, in the you are taking the discount in the transfer entry of only allotment. application में कुछ effect नहीं है. okay, see, debentures issued at par, redeemable at premium. हमने जो कुछ भी fourth case किया है, the same thing is coming here. They are redeemable at ₹10 extra. So उसके लिए क्या कर रहा है? What they are doing here? Loss on issue of debentures, debenture redemption premium is coming here. The same thing. तो everything else tallies, but this only they are doing the addition. Now debentures issued at discount, redeemable at premium. दोनों type का losses है. So if you are going to see and read the question here, it is redeemable 50 and 44. All of you, please see here. Here, discount on the issue of debentures, which is original discount, and the loss on the issue of debentures ये होता है premium on redemption का loss. तो उसके लिए 750 का यहाँ पे आएगा. And the final one is it is issued at premium and redeemable at premium. So securities premium will come, and the other part also securities premium will come, and that loss also will be coming together. That's all. So I want you people to try 5 illustrations from this. This is the same thing that we have done. You can take a screenshot or you can again replay it once again because it is available on YouTube. And I want you people to sit down, make notes, understand what are the situations, conditions, and how you will be doing it. Practice more than one time. Listen to the class more than one time. Only then you will be able to understand. Okay? I think, yes, we can close the class. Yeah. Hi, Priya. Good
Hi.
afternoon.
Thank you, Renmi, for the class. Yes, I specifically come because I know this chapter is very important, and on the other hand, this chapter takes little time to understand. So, totally understand. Yes, issue of debentures, since we have covered this issue and redemption of debentures both at this stage, which Renmi was discussing the different cases. I think that will be discussed in details in the next class. We'll be discussing that in the next class specifically for the those issued at premium and redeemable at premium
Sure,
something.
when we do the
Yeah.
questions, no, they will
Yes.
understand. But
Yes.
I would request them to once again go through the chapter recording
Yes. Yes.
and
Yes.
start making notes on this on the base level. So 100 at 100 redemption. So this particular thing, when they make notes and understand the 6 cases, no, they will
Yes.
definitely be able to understand and they can.
Absolutely.
Again, I will revise it in the next chapter, next class, and then I'll go ahead with the remaining part.
Yes, these 6 cases suffice this chapter, students. And after completing these 6 cases, the chapter will be done. So, in fact, if you find it difficult to understand, start from the small uh, journal entries. You see the debenture application, share application, some entries are already the same. It's only the differences with the premium loss on issue of debentures that has been newly come up over here. So, at this stage, try to understand the journal entry for all the cases and start practicing for all 6 cases. So please practice 5 questions which she has already given you for homeworks from your own hands. Do not only speak, write, including narrations. Narrations are equally important, working notes are equally important, and all the game is for the numbers here. How do you calculate loss on issue of debentures? How do you calculate premium on redemption of debentures? These are very important aspects. So start with the small questions. Yes, she'll be covering those questions in the later classes. Another thing which I already told you that this chapter itself comprises of 15 to 20 at least 20 marks from your paper. So please do not think that sometimes I receive this query, can I leave partnership and this chapter, company accounts, ma'am? So no, do not leave. You do not have the luxury to leave this chapter. Very important, and this forms a basis of your the further course also at intermediate level, at final level. See, we have also seen schedule 3 here, which is already there at unit 1. The division 1 schedule 3 is already there. You'll be making this division 1 schedule 3 at intermediate level. So this forms the basis of your intermediate as well as the final level. So please understand one by one all the concepts. Understanding concepts are important. Mugging of the journal entry is not at all advisable at this stage because you're a professional and you'll be chartered accountant at this stage. And also requesting everyone to go through all the true and false there in the study material for all the units, because you get a question of 12 marks for true and false along with the reasoning. Writing only true or only false will not serve the purpose. You have to write proper reasoning for it. So for that, sometimes we receive true false statements from the questions in between. In fact, if you see from the statements in between the chapter, in fact, if you see the May 2026 paper, there is a question true and false statements from company account only, and which was very interesting and good question. So requesting you please take Hiranme in the class that true false also. All right. So please, students, go to the theory part also very well. Try to at least read. the theory part, so that you're able to understand the things and you're able to write it. Do not mug things, do not mug journal entries, do not mug the theory part. Third portion is your notes to accounts as well as your extract of balance sheet. I told you in the earlier class also, you have to prepare that extract of balance sheet properly with the proper headings and proper subheadings for this. The numbers, the figures is to be correct over there. All right. So we'll be having our next class on Sunday. Please do come for the next class, and requesting you, if you have to listen this class to again, please devote time, understand this class again, because this chapters take little time. So it is advisable to repeat if you are if you skip something. So please understand it again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
Okay.
you, Hiranmay. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you, Priya.
Yeah. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Good day.
Yes, it is done.